Hey, what's up, y'all? You're watching the Young and Happy podcast, and I'm your host, Raw Dill. Today with us, we have a singer, songwriter, producer, and engineer. He's built up 140,000 followers on TikTok, and last year his song, Scared, was on the top 10 songs of TikTok. He's from Easton, PA. Our guest, Josh Nichols.
I need that man to follow me everywhere. That was a phenomenal intro. I appreciate it, bro. What's up, everybody?
How are you doing, man? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. A little long drive, but
Yeah.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
Sir. You were just in here and you did your live session.
Yeah, I just did a little live session. I don't know when y'all are gonna see that. At some point.
Yeah. What song was it?
It's called West Side.
West Side. Yeah.
It's a song that we have chosen as a team to release next and put all our funds behind. So I'm very excited. I kind of like TikTok's nice in that way. You can like tease certain songs. You can throw you just kind of throw mud at the wall and see what sticks. You make a bunch of tracks. Yeah. And then whatever one that the fans hype up the most, that's the one you end up going with. So West Side was that one.
You know, right here next to me is the best side, oh yeah. On the west side. She reside on the west side of LA, but she lives rent free inside of my brain. And I'll make that trip going out of my way for you. She reside on the west side, yeah, yeah. Laying on my lap while I cruise in the city. Too much, is it too much? And when I'm on that coast, I get that feeling. Problems have all gone away. Driving, we be driving, vibing, time spent. You can't buy this. Yeah, we on the road, driving, we be driving, vibing, time spent. You can't buy this. Oh, she reside in the west side of LA. She lives rent free inside of my brain. And I'll make that trip going out of my way for you. She reside on the west side of She reside on the west side of LA. But she lives rent free inside of my brain. And I'll make that trip going out of my way for you. She reside on the west side, showing the places that you never go. Tell me the things that mean the most. Know you're feeling something, and I hope it don't mean nothing. When I hold you, I ain't letting go. Don't worry, just take my hand, 'cause you're all that I wanted. The only one I wanted is you. She reside in the west side of LA. She lives rent free inside of my brain. And I'll make that trip going out of my way for you. She reside on the west side, on the west side, yeah. She know right here next to me is the best side. She reside in the west side of LA, yeah. In the west side of LA.
It was Breathe before that, Scared before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you mentioned Scared in the intro, but that was a wild fucking ride, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll get into TikTok.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's get into how you started in the music.
Oh God, how I started music. I was given a drum set when I was 7 years old by my dad. And he is a very musical guy, and my mom's actually a singer too. And then I started playing drums for a while, and then I didn't want to be like my dad, so I started playing guitar instead. Switched to that, and then started doing like shows and stuff in the high school era at like bars and shit like that. I used to call up every bar around and just say, hey, can I play an acoustic set here? And at the time, it wasn't even originals. It was like Ed Sheeran songs. And
just covers.
Just covers.
Nice.
You know, trying to get my name out there. And it's really degrading because you're playing for people that are just eating food. And you practice for months, and then no one's paying attention to you.
Nope.
They're just having their own conversations, and you're like, damn, bro.
It's just background.
I put my all into this. It was a lot, but I kind of progressed. When I got into college, they had like a music room, and they had a piano there, and I would play piano there every day. nonstop. I would skip classes, and then a bunch of students I went to Penn State. A bunch of students from Penn State started to like gather around like day to day, to a point where it became like disruptive, and people were skipping classes just to watch like me do like a little show in the music room every day. So this they had this program at Penn State that was like for entrepreneurs, and they were giving them money to go forward with their entrepreneurial, ideas and shit. It was businesses mainly, but I was like, listen, music is a business like anything else. So I put this pitch forward, and I was like, if you pay me, I think it was like $5,000. I was like, I'm no different than these other entrepreneurs. Just give me the money. I'll make an album. I'll promote it. I'll promote myself. And they agreed to it.
Nice.
And then I dropped out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of finessed Penn State a little bit. But, it's all good. But yeah, that's kind of the path that I took until I met my manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who is your manager?
My manager is Robert Carnez. Amazing man. He's Akon's manager.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool guy. You guys, I don't know. People might know him. I feel like his name is in the music industry. It's very well known.
For sure.
In the public, not as much. But it was super random. When I was recording at my old studio, I was with like very singer-songwriter style like producers. And I wanted to get more into like extra produced, like Bryson Tiller kind of music at the time. I was trying to find my sound. And my producer at the time recommended me to Black Room Studios because he worked with Denny. Denny's the owner of Black Room.
Yes, sir.
And they worked together at Guitar Center. And Denny had just started. And I was there first time recording, and Ja was there to like drop off a check or something. And he heard me and was like, oh, I want to sign this kid.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. So I've been with him ever since.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out Ja.
Shout out Ja for sure. Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, can you talk about working with Denny?
Oh God, working with Denny, I feel like we've grown together in a crazy way because he started the studio when he was like 27 or so. I was probably 20. I'm 25 now. I was probably 20 when I started working with him, so it's been about 5 years. But there's something to be said about the relationship that him and I have because everything we make is just us. Every song you hear from me, every beat, like every idea, all the video ideas, like everything just comes from him and me kind of, combining our mentalities, and we trust each other too. Because Denny will tell me if he hates something, and I value that so much. Yeah, like legitimately, he will. If I make so many songs like during a week, or even like early on when I started to make music, you'll never hear it. It was horrible. It was really bad. But he like kind of was like, okay, I like this aspect of this. I like this aspect of this, and his production is kind of what helped me find my sound originally. And then we kind of just worked together, and I listen to him. If he's like, this isn't it, Josh, whatever, like I trust that opinion. Because if you're surrounded by yes men all the time, bro, it's like you're never going to get anywhere. Nope. And every artist, you start with this thing where you think everything you make is like gold. I think every musician has that kind of mentality to some extent.
And that also turns people off. Like they'll be about to drop a new song and you're like, this is the best song I ever made. But they said that about the last one.
Yes.
And the one before that. And the one before that.
It's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
You can't really be true. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it can't. There is levels to the levels of songs you'll make, like you might think something is going to be the best ever because your friends and family tell you that. Yeah. But everyone in your circle, like even on TikTok when I tease things, like I have to take it with a grain of salt because everyone that follows me already likes my music. So I could put out some hot shit and there's at least going to be 1,000 people that are like, fuck yeah, let's ride with this one. Yeah, right. But I have to understand, like, okay, I need outside opinions, and that's where I trust people like Denny a lot.
Is this going to touch the people that aren't already following me, aren't already fans? Yeah, for sure.
Because that's super important, man. Like, you have to understand your fan base should always be growing. When I post a TikTok and it goes viral, there's only about 1% of my audience that views that. The rest of the 99% is the For You page. This is people that have never seen you, never heard about you. Like, this is your first impression. This is like your elevator pitch to them as an artist. So you got to make sure it's the highest quality and just be really honest with yourself. So I get really critical of my own work. Like I'm super perfectionist when it comes down to production and vocals and what the final product looks like. So
being a perfectionist, do you think that in the long run it'll be good, but do you think that ever like hinders you?
Oh dude, it sucks. Yeah, it's horrible. I wish I could very freely just make a song and be like, this is it, like I can't wait. But no, like I will stay up late at night, like by myself with headphones in, listening to it like 100 times, looking for the flaws. You know what I mean? Because I need to find those flaws first so I can correct them, adjust them, you know, make it into what it needs to be. And it sucks because sometimes when I make music, like Scared was made in like a couple month period of time. I made the hook for it. The baby, I'm scared. I made that part, teased that, and it went viral. But I didn't have any of the song written. Like none of it. So now I have this opportunity where it's like, okay, you have this song that's going to do really well, but nothing else is done. So it's like this needs to match up to now this status that it's been grown
there's
into.
There's
a pressure on it. So, and the intro, I took a really big risk. I added like orchestra, like aspects, and we just wanted to do something that was like just fresh and new and really exciting. And Denny was really, really helpful with that. And again, speaking on my relationship with Denny again, whenever he likes something, I'm like, we're good, because he's very critical. Also, he's also a perfectionist, definitely,
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into the TikTok thing. So I feel like for 2 years, every artist that I personally know, I'm like, yo, you got to get on TikTok. You have to just post your stuff on there, because you just never know. Like, you genuinely never know. You can put the same video up 5 times in like 2 weeks. Yeah. And one of those videos,
I posted Scared maybe like 500 times before I released it.
Seriously.
Like a lot of times. Yeah. Probably not that much. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit. But it was dozens. Yeah. Like a significant amount of posts before I released it.
Yeah, and you just, because you never know. Like, those 12 videos are going to be the exact same.
Yeah.
But one of them could get 200,000 views and one of them could get 300 views. That's just how TikTok works. But you're not going to know unless you put your stuff on there. And if you think it's corny, then, like we were talking earlier, and you said, oh, then you should just give it up because this isn't for you. Yeah. I agree completely.
Yeah. Every label meeting that I've had, one of the first things they bring up is TikTok. It's like, what is your TikTok like? What is your social media like? Because they want someone who knows what they're doing on there. Yeah. Because if you can promote yourself, like, it used to be the way labels worked was like artist development. They discover you off the street and then bring you into the artist that you are, you know, like a Taylor Swift type. Yeah. But now it's like, okay, they have so much talent to choose from because of TikTok.
Right.
You have so many independent artists. There's like all these like little congregations of fan bases that are all exploding because of TikTok, and there's just so many to choose from. So the label will just find the ones that are popping off the most, pick them up, give them a deal, you know, and kind of rock with it. So, you know, it's just,
I mean, I feel like nowadays the music industry, social media in general, is like half of it at least.
Yeah, I think it's probably gotta be more than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least
it's basically everything.
Yeah.
And TikTok is so good, and the reason labels like it so much is because TikTok converts to Spotify like very well.
Okay.
And Spotify is the number one thing that labels care about, because that's the one you can like monitor. Like, all the streaming numbers are readily available. I think it pays the most or some shit. All the labels kind of fight over like market share of Spotify, like streams and shit. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So TikTok, if you're not on TikTok, you're an artist, get on TikTok, man.
It's powerful.
And
powerful tool.
It will suck at first. It legitimately will suck at first. When I started off on TikTok, I had 1,000 followers maybe for like 6 months, like a very long period of time. Like, every video I posted was getting 100 views, maybe 200 views, and I'd put work into them. Like whole setups, like cameras, fucking 4 hours of editing just to see it get like 3-4 likes.
Yeah.
And for me, getting over that hurdle was actually going live. Like, I would go live for my fan base and actually try to form like a connection with them. Be like, okay, I'm a real person. Like, talk to me. Because I kind of did the whole Instagram too cool for school thing at first. Like, everyone wants to be so polished on Instagram and very, you know, I feel like we're over that now. Everyone wants real, everyone wants raw.
Yep.
You know, they want to see who you really are. You wake up in bed, make a TikTok, and it'll get like 1 million streams or 1 million views, and then, you know, you have flow there. But the journey was crazy. It's like lots of moments. You hit these lulls for a while where there's nothing, right? You're kind of stagnant, and then you have a moment where it just makes sense, blows up, and then you kind of go up for a little bit, and then you go stagnant.
Can you talk about one of those moments that was on the rise?
Yeah, sure. So definitely going live at first got me a little bit of a fan base, which I was extremely happy about, because now I had people to watch my shit. And then when the whole Miranda Cosgrove, she was on the Whitney something podcast, and she did a little soundbite where she was like, probably fuck. And that whole soundbite went crazy.
Yeah, I remember
So the second that came out, there was another producer, Duke and Jones, who made a beat around it. And I was like, I'm going to add vocals to this immediately. So it was like a whole song that I made around that Miranda Cosgrove song, and it exploded. It was the first time Pink Sweats hit me up. It was the first time like Charlie Puth liked one of my videos.
That's dope. Yeah.
It like turned into this massive thing just because I was riding something that was already trending. Like, and I feel like there's a corniness factor to it, sure, but you know, if it ends up in the long run benefiting you and your career and bringing more eyes to who you are. So I made the Probably Fuck song. Some guy from this guy named Tonio hit me up from Wild and Out.
Yeah,
and he was
Skits?
Tonio Skits. Yeah,
nice.
He hit me up and he was like, "Let's make this a full song." We made a full track. He's friends with Miranda Cosgrove's best friend. And then I couldn't talk about this before, but I could talk about it now.
Okay.
It gets to Miranda Cosgrove. She listens to it and she's like, "I love the track, fucking phenomenal. Like, what are they doing with this?" And basically wanted to know what I was going to do with the track and what Tonio was going to do with the track. And then, like most things in the music industry, the virality was like started to die down a little bit, and then lawyers got involved. So we had Duke and Jones label wanting to like make us pay so much money for the beat.
Yeah.
We had some shit with Miranda's people saying they weren't going to make it happen. They didn't want to allow it. So it just fizzled out into nothing. But for what it was, like I didn't need that to be a song on my Spotify. It was like a meme song almost, you know what I mean?
Probably fuck.
Yeah, probably fuck. Yeah, but I hear that sometimes. I get PTSD, but it was definitely good for like my career at the time.
That's so cool. Yeah. That's a cool story. I never knew that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was definitely, I was saying that all the time. Probably fuck.
Yep. Everyone was, man. Seriously, when you ride a wave of something, you can take advantage. And then the second like massive jump I got from TikTok is when I like made this realization kind of early on that when you use a filter on TikTok, whatever sound was attached to that, anyone that uses the filter will use that sound automatically.
Correct.
Like it just links to it. So I was like, okay, so say I figure out how to make a filter. And I stay up late at night just thinking of ways to like, what can I do next, man?
Yeah.
Like, what can I do that's out of the box that people aren't doing? Because everyone can just do the same shit all the time. Post videos of me singing to the camera.
Most people do.
And upload it,
The
whatever.
same shit.
Yeah, definitely. But there's definitely a way to think outside the box, and I'm very, very into that. So I was like, let me just figure out how to do this. Like, I thought it was coding at first. I'm like, okay, let me figure out how to code and make a filter. But it wasn't. It's like this program called Effect House.
Okay.
And it was a beta like software at the time, so people were just starting to use it. There's no tutorials or anything. So I learned how to make a filter, and I wanted to make a filter that would get viral reactions. So it was like, how far is your soulmate?
I was just watching
and it was
that.
it was like 1,000 miles.
It's always 2,000 miles away.
miles, shit like that. And I posted that with Scared attached to it. So everyone that used that filter, and everyone wanted to, because everyone wants to see how fucking far their soulmate is. Everyone that used that filter, I got a stream from it, and then I also got a video. Like that filter has like 7 million uses or some shit like that.
Yeah, bro. I literally, that's so funny. Even though I was watching that one earlier, I didn't even realize till right now. I used that filter like a month ago.
Did you actually?
I didn't post it to my feed. It was just like one of the stories on TikTok, but it was with my daughter, and it was like, oh, how far away is your soulmate?
Yeah,
and it was like one foot away, and it was like me and my daughter. I was like, oh, well, yeah.
And I used it purposely. Like, obviously, I mean, this is, my fans don't know this, but I used the filter multiple times to get this same thing that said 2,000 miles away. Because I wanted everyone in the comments, I wanted to bait the comments and be like, okay, I wanted everyone in the comments to be like, am I 2,000 miles away from you? Where do you live?
Right.
Like, is it me?
Yeah.
Could it be me? I still, every day I get DMs that show me Google Maps. And for some reason, people think I live in LA. I don't live in LA. All right. But they send me a Google Maps and it says they're 2,000 miles from LA. And I'm like, congrats. Like, I'm not there.
It's funny because it's not accurate.
Yeah, exactly. But I tried to bait it as much as possible. And I kept doing this whole thing where every time I'd use the filter, it said 2,000 miles. Yeah. And I just kept getting like frustrated over it. Right. You know, which kept the clickbait going. And I think combined views on those, I probably got like 3-4 million views on those filters. Yeah. And then everyone was using them.
I mean,
absolutely
to have
everybody.
7 million uses on it is nuts.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. And I still get people send me like, oh, this person from America's Got Talent just used your filter in your song. Or like, you know, Anne Marie used my song at one point. Or like, oh, this one celeb used it. And I just get tagged in it like nonstop. And because it plays to the filter, it's just subconsciously in like everyone's mind. So I'll have people that hear my song playing and they're like, oh, I didn't even know that was you, but I know that song. I love that song. I've heard it so many times. Yeah. There's so many like TikTok sounds we pass every day that we know. Like we don't know it like consciously, but subconsciously we know it.
Yeah.
And the second we hear, we're like, oh yeah, it's a familiarity. So I'm kind of playing on that a little bit, and it worked really well. And I've made a filter for every song I put out since.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, honestly. Use that tool, because I don't know, like a lot of people don't take advantage, and
it's always changing too, man.
To me.
Yeah.
If I was an artist, I'm not. But if I was,
you don't got a secret rap career or anything?
I would be on TikTok all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Just because of that possibility of.
I think there's a worry of like, what are people going to think of me if I'm uploading this kind of shit? Because like, I'm the personality I have on there is not my actual personality.
Right.
Like you have to separate. Like you are being an entertainer.
Yeah.
And I think to be a musician nowadays, you have to be an entertainer. There's no doubt about it. Like you need to have both aspects. You have to do shit like this, like podcasts. You have to be able to make TikTok ideas. I do skits a lot.
Okay.
Like my last song, Falling Through, that I put out got big because of a skit that I did. And it was just basically like me. It's like two of me. And one of me gets in the car and is like, oh, you want to play a song? And it's like, is it going to be sad? And then plays a sad song. And then the other me is like frustrated over it. And a million views.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like doing things that you might not necessarily be comfortable with. But I do feel like success a lot of the time is on the other side of something you're not comfortable with. It really is.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you can stay in your comfort zone forever and just stay stagnant.
Yep.
But
just keep your peace and you be chilling.
Yep.
But
that's not for me.
No,
that's
exactly.
definitely not for me. Not at all.
No. Yeah. So I think you're a very talented artist, and like,
thank you.
Your voice is great. I think one thing that's very cool though is like you're not afraid to necessarily do like things that maybe some artists have teams that do that stuff for them.
Dude,
and you do everything.
Yeah, I do have a team, to be fair, but as far as like basically everything you see on the front end is all me. Yeah, all the editing, all of the the music video editing. I had a team for Scared, but for Breathe it was all me. Yeah,
let's talk about you directing your own music video for Breathe.
Yes, it was the worst 2 months of my entire life. I went into it thinking like, oh, this is going to be a way for me to really do a nice creative experience. This probably won't be that hard. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. So for Scared, for example, if you watch that video, when I walked on set for Scared, there was 30 people there that all had their own job. They're all like, does the talent need anything? I'm like, oh God, this is crazy.
This is real.
Yeah, this is real. Yeah. And everyone's like, touching up makeup and doing lighting and doing everything. And I chose and that was one location for Scared. Now for Breathe, it was like 6 locations, and I had to put the team together myself, and I directed it myself. So I made the treatment alone. Like I came up with the most insane idea. That one of the reasons I directed it myself is because I got told no by some other directors because it was too insane. Like the shit I wanted to do was crazy. I wanted to flip a car. I wanted to do a car chase. I wanted to set shit on fire. Like I wanted to do all these crazy things that kind of brought this vision to life. And when directors hear that, it's just like money signs. How are we going to get permits for this? How are we going to figure this out? And granted, like those are real issues, but those are things I ended up having to figure out myself. So I had to go location scout. I had to figure out every single place that we used. The flipping of the car was probably the most difficult because we wanted to tow a car from one place to another, flip it, and then have the tow company tow it back. Okay. No one would give us a car without title transfer. Like there was a lot of issues there. So I went to a salvage yard, went inside. It was my last bet. Like we were going to call that whole scene off, which I needed. Yeah. We were going to call the whole scene off. And I went into the salvage yard, and the dude there, I wish I remembered his name, man, but super nice. I was like, can I just flip a car on your property? And he's like, oh yeah, dude, we got a massive tractor. We'll flip it for you. We'll like move a whole section aside for your whole team. I was like, hell yeah, let's go. So picked the whole day, filmed it that whole day, flipped it, broke the glass everywhere, cut my arm up and shit. But, it looked good for the for the footage. And then after all that's done, like the car chase, we had to basically block off 4 levels of a parking garage. And we were just whipping these 2 identical BMWs like through this parking garage as fast as possible. So we didn't know if we needed a permit for that. We didn't really get one. But we just kind of hoped for the best. We like blocked it off and kind of just shot for like hours and hours and hours. And we picked a time that was kind of late at night to figure it out.
Yeah, so it wasn't busy.
Yeah, and that was actually the first scene we did. And once that was done and I saw it back, because we shot it on the Arri Alexa, looked phenomenal. It looked so good, and I was so happy. And I was like, okay, bet. But then after all that was done, I have all the footage. So I'm like, now I got to edit it. And editing it, I wanted things like lightning. I wanted VFX. I wanted 3D modeling, and no one's gonna do that for me. So I had to learn to do it myself. I probably spent a week straight taking Blender classes, learning how to 3D map on Blender. There's probably 3 seconds of me falling, which took about a week's work, which I had to render out for an entire day, and it was a pain in the ass, bro. And the thing is, like, you have to be okay as an artist knowing that no one's going to appreciate it. Yeah. Like, not the way you do. Right. You know, because you're the one who's, like, staying up for 48 hours straight, you know, trying to figure out how to, you know, make this mesh like a certain texture, like shit that no one even cares about. Yeah. Just to make it look the best it's going to look. And I know that people are just going to see the video as a whole. It's kind of the same with music. No one knows what like a hi-hat is, or like a, you know, an 808 most of the time, the average consumer. But they see it as a whole and they're like, oh, this was good. Yeah. That's all I was after, man. And color grading, don't get me started on color grading, man. No? It's the worst.
Not a fan?
No, it's horrible. I regret every second, man. It was seriously terrible. Color grading took probably the longest out of everything, because I was never satisfied. Like I was hating like how certain shots looked. The lighting wasn't exact for shot to shot. Yeah. So the matte shots was like, you know, not working out. Lighting the door on fire, I almost killed myself because we didn't have pyrotechnics involved.
What was the purpose of the door in the field?
So the whole idea behind Breathe was it's like you fighting versus your inner demons, like your inner thoughts. So in the beginning, you see the main character, me, get out of a car that's been flipped. Yep. I get out, I stumble toward a door, and I kind of enter this realm where I fall through, and then suddenly I end up in a car, and I realize that someone's chasing me. I don't know who it is. So he's chasing me the entire time. I'm just terrified. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's happening. I get to the next door on the roof of the parking garage. I go through that. I'm at a party. Everything seems okay. Everyone's wearing masks. And then during that period, I get flashes of that same character again. Like, I don't know why I'm scared of him. It's just this black clothed figure who is like terrifying to me. And I run out. And eventually I try to go back to the initial door that I went through just to get back to reality, because this is clearly a space that I'm not comfortable in. And as I enter that door, the figure comes out towards me and then reveals that it's just me. So the thing I've been running from the entire time is yourself. It's like your own anxiety, your own stress, like the things you tell yourself late at night, whatever it is that keep you from being whatever it is. It might even be suicidal. It might be whatever it might be. And then, at the end, when we both reveal that it's just him and it's me, it's the same person, and it was me the whole time, there's like a match cut of you see it zooms in on my eyes, and then you see that I never made it out of the car to begin with. Like I was dead the whole time. That entire sequence took place in my mind. Yeah. Like as an in between of like I tried to face myself at the last second before death, essentially, but it was too late. It killed me anyway. You know, so that was the whole idea for the video, which you can see why a treatment like that, a lot of directors are like, what the fuck? Like,
but you did that shit, though.
We can't do something like this. Yeah, I did. It was a lot of work. It was definitely a lot of work.
And you consider yourself an artist?
Yes.
But you killed that.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I think that video is dope.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I do. I feel like it kind of the optics were more like a movie. It was a little tough to do that kind of storyline without, like, because I didn't have any performance takes. There's no part where I'm singing to the camera or anything, which is weird for a music video. So when you're running ads on it, it's a little different, because people are like, is this just like a visualizer? You know, right? People who aren't familiar with me, it might have been an issue for them to kind of grasp like what I was doing, essentially.
I actually liked the fact
that
it was like,
I know a lot of people that did. A lot of people really loved it. I liked the confusion in some of the comments, because I want people to be like, what does it mean? Right. Like some of my favorite movies ever are ones that aren't really explained to you. You know what I mean? Like you want to leave this scenario, kind of go through an experience, and then afterwards you're like,
have
damn,
questions.
Yeah, I want to think about this the rest of the night. Like, what did that mean? And I love kind of making art that's like that to some extent. For sure. And I keep wanting to up the ante with music videos and shit like that, but I'm making it hard for myself with flipping cars and doing shit like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, well, it's not easy. That's for sure. Yeah. You found that out. But
no, it's not.
You could do it again.
Yeah, we'll see. I need like a helicopter next time or some shit.
Yeah, you got to know
something a little crazier. But yeah, those were fun, man. Those were definitely fun.
No, I'm a photographer.
Okay.
And I've been shooting for like 10 years now. But one of my favorite things to do is just BTS on the set of a music video.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you have the scenes, the people are there to be on camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times you do a photo shoot, like, they're ready for a photo shoot, but like, it's not a big production, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for a music video, like, you got a whole set, you got teams there, you got hair and makeup.
Oh, it's content
lighting,
heaven, bro.
Everything.
Yeah,
so it's like
content heaven.
You just go ham.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite things to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I'll shout out. There was this girl, India, on the Scared video shoot. Amazing behind the scenes photographer. Yeah, she was so. I didn't even see her there the whole time. That's how good she was.
It's the best. Yeah.
But I came back with like 1,000 photos of just such great work by her, man. She really killed it. She did such a good job.
Where's she from?
I think she's from Miami. We filmed it in Miami, so I'm assuming she's from out there. Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah,
a lot of talented people down there.
Yeah, man. Tell me about it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, have you done anything down in Miami? I know you work with Jens a lot. He's
I've worked with Jens. He's in Miami. I work with Dustin at L7 in Miami. That's where we did Scared. What else have we done in Miami? We've done a couple things out there. I work in Atlanta more.
Okay.
I've been working with Rock City recently. Rock City is Timo and Tehran Machiavelli. They are songwriters. They did like Lizzo's About Damn Time. They did all of a bunch of Miley Cyrus records. You know, just a lot of like Billboard smashes. Oh, they did Locked Away. You ever heard Locked Away by it's Adam Levine? It's Adam Levine and Rock. If I got locked away, traded it all to. That's them in the video. It's both of them.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've been working with them a lot. Really cool guys, man. They let me use their studio spaces and their fucking beautiful home and shit. Nice. And I've been working with Divine Stevens too. He's doing like movement coaching for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so he taught like Usher and
for like
Chris Brown. Yeah, performance. Yeah, getting ready for performing and shit like that. Because there's a lot of things you don't think about with like how are you holding the mic? What are you doing during this part of the song? What are you doing, with your hands the whole time? And if you let it go for a second and get like uncomfortable and weird, you kind of lose the audience.
Throws your whole thing off. Yeah.
So for big performances, especially if I'm performing in front of a label or something like that, I want to make sure that I'm really like this is the best of the best that I can show out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of performing, next week we're actually having a party here at the studio.
Yes, sir.
And you're performing.
Yes, sir.
We're having a little going not so far away party because
how far away is it? How far are we going?
We're moving to Norristown,
okay.
And from where I live in Bethlehem.
Yep.
From where I live, it's like 55 minutes.
Yep.
To the studio is an hour and 20.
Damn.
So it's like half an hour closer to me. But from here, it's about 35 minutes.
Okay. That's not bad. Big space?
Yes. It is big space.
Yeah.
8,000 square feet.
All right. Next podcast, we'll be there. All right.
Yes.
It's going to be a much bigger area.
Yeah, it's going to be dope. We're really excited. The whole team's excited.
I'm excited too. I mean, full disclosure, I found out about this like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited. Yeah. It's going to be fun. Listen, Denny didn't tell me anything. Okay. That's for you,
Come on, Denny.
Didn't tell me shit.
Communication is key, bro.
Communication is key. This man, he's very busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you're going to be one of, I think, 5 performers. We're going to have open bar. We'll have a food truck here. We got
what kind of food?
Burritos and like tacos, I think.
Yeah. All right, bet. Perfect.
Yeah, but the open bar is from 7 to 10. Presley's Bar. Shout out Presley's. It's a mobile bar. It's like a trailer. But they
will this be out after that, so they won't know about that?
We're gonna probably what we just talked about. We'll make a little clip just so we can post about the
party. Be there, y'all.
Yeah.
Be there. I will be probably a little too lit to be singing my songs, but it'll be entertaining for you, okay?
Facts.
I promise.
Tickets will be in Young and Happy Studios bio. It's on Eventbrite. $35, I believe. And he's got a couple goodies for you when you get here.
That's a deal right there, y'all.
Facts.
$35?
Yo, man, the $35 gets you open bar for 3 hours. It gets you a food ticket. It gets you
one-on-one time with me. You get a hug.
I'm sorry, Matt. I don't know what this is.
Matt's giving instructions off camera.
There's a bubble house. I'm not sure.
What is a bubble house, Matt?
It's like a human snow globe. Human snow globe. I keep forgetting about that thing.
What is a human snow globe?
It looks cool as fuck. I don't know.
Is there a reference I can see of that? A human. All right.
We'll show you then.
Cool. Hey, man, if you want into human snow globes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Plus the whole studio you can use for if you want to come take pictures. I mean, all these backdrops and everything we have here is going to be gone in 2 weeks. So
yeah, I'm taking advantage of that today, man.
Yes,
I'm gonna be in there after
please
this.
do.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna see tons of content.
I just wanted to shout
plug?
that out real quick. Yeah, a little plug.
Hell yeah,
our
man.
own little plug.
Absolutely.
But yeah. Let's say I want to know who like inspires you the most in music.
Dude, I had a really weird like childhood. I wasn't allowed to listen to any music like at all.
None?
Yeah. I was in like a very like strict form of like Christianity
Okay.
for a long time. That was like kind of, it was like a little culty, you know, slightly. But I wasn't allowed to watch TV. I wasn't allowed to listen to music, like nothing. So even on the bus, I was given an iPod for the first time, so I couldn't listen to the music they played on the bus.
Really?
Yeah. So like people bring up references of like, oh, have you ever heard of this song? I'm like, no, I have not. Even shows, I've never seen a Disney movie. I've never seen SpongeBob.
Bro, what?
Yes. Like you could bring up probably a ton of movies and shows that you were very into that I have. Okay. All right. Yeah. Drama. But that's the reaction I get.
SpongeBob.
Yeah. That's the reaction I get all the time. Obviously I know enough about it because of pop culture. Like you see memes all the time and shit of like everything. So I know the gist of everything, but you know, Home Alone, I never saw. People were.
Come on, bro.
But this is the thing, and this is a hot take, but I feel like people are so, because it's nostalgic to them, they love it so much. And then I watch it as like at the time, I think I was like 22. As a 22-year-old, you're watching Home Alone and you're like, all right, like be fucking for real.
I honestly, I understand what you're saying, because there's
like,
been
I'm sure it means a lot to y'all.
I loved when I was growing up, and I've watched it like
Yeah.
recently, and I'm like, bro, like, okay, so Rocky Power was my fucking shit when I was growing up.
I don't know.
You don't even know what that is.
I have no idea what that
but
is.
But Rocky Power was my show, bro. It was on Nickelodeon.
Okay.
I don't know, 2 years ago, I think they put Rocky Power on Netflix, and I watched one episode, and I got through 5 minutes, and I was like, what is this? I can't
man,
do
I'm
this
telling
right
you.
now.
You know what's annoying too? Like my name is Josh Nichols, which apparently the guy from Drake and Josh has the same name as me.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that reference all the time, and I had never seen Drake and Josh. So I was like, what is this fucking reference I'm always getting? Like all the fucking time, like every Nickelodeon show.
That's funny, because earlier I looked you up on YouTube, and I just typed in Josh Nichols, and it was like Josh Nichols, Drake and Josh, and I was like,
did he come up first?
First one. No, second one. Second one.
Was I first?
Yeah, you were first.
All right, thank God.
But I was like,
Josh Peck, it's on site for you, bro. Miranda Costco. Oh man. Oh, that's funny too, by the way.
Wow,
Yeah. That was part of the whole like connection we had earlier. Yeah.
It all ties together, you know.
I have a vendetta against Josh Peck, man, because he used to show up first for everything. Like you would Google my name, and I had a whole like internal crisis. Like, do I want to change my name?
Yeah.
Going into music, I decided not to, and it is. Like, to be completely honest with you, it's so rare that I get that reference at all, because the generation that listens to like me now, like my demographic, has no idea what Drake and Josh is.
Yeah,
they don't. But sometimes,
or they don't know his name is Josh Nichols.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But sometimes I get the occasional comment. But I used to be super worried about that, because when you searched like Josh Nichols anywhere, it was always him, and I was like, how am I gonna surpass this?
Yeah, you
know. But I'm beating him on YouTube, I think.
Yep, you're number one.
Okay, he's apparently he's close second.
I had to think about it, but no, you were definitely first.
Yeah, I'm beating him on TikTok. Which is a lot of fakes of me on TikTok, which is annoying. I can touch on that, but it's been ruining my life recently. TikTok, verify me, please.
Fakes of Josh Nichols?
Fakes of me.
Really?
Yes, there's about, if you search me up, The Real Josh Nichols on TikTok right now, there's like 50 fakes. And they go and they message girl fans of mine and either try to get money out of them or try to get like pictures out of them. No. And then these girls will message me after they've been finessed and will be like, damn, I don't think this was you, because they messaged me on like Google Chat. I'm like, bruh, I wouldn't be using Google Chat. What are you talking about? So be safe out there, please.
Be fucking for real.
No, it's me, okay? Jesus. But yeah, I think I need to beat him on everything. I also need to beat him on like the Google rankings. That's what I'm next on.
All right.
It's my own personal fight with him that he knows nothing about, because I'm significantly beneath him popularity-wise. But you know.
What other goals you got?
Oh God, what goal? What a deep question, man. Jesus Christ. You know what's funny? Like a lot of my goals, one of my first goals ever was 1,000 streams. Like legit was 1,000 streams. I used to think about that all the time. I was like, if I can just get 1,000, like that's such a cool thing to have. And then I remember
how long did it take you to get 1,000?
I got 1,000 on the first song I dropped like recently, which was the Regardless one, which was like, I was very new to my sound. Like I didn't really know what I was doing. But you know, we did like ads on that and shit. So I passed that goal like very quickly. And then it was like 100K. And I remember on Spotify, when you release a song, you can watch the numbers. Okay. Right. And for Scared, when I first released it, I was doing like, there's maybe like one person listening at a time, maybe like 2 people. And then a few days passed, I probably had like 400, 500 streams. And then out of nowhere, because of some TikToks I made that blew up, it went to like, oh, there's now 1,000 people listening right now. And now you're at 10,000 streams. And now you're at 20,000 streams. And then I started doing like 15 to 20,000 streams a day. And then it just crescendoed into what it is. I think it's at like 1.2 million streams or some shit right now. But that was a goal I didn't even know I had.
Yeah.
And like I thought 1 million was so out of touch. Yeah, like significantly far away. And you kind of move the goalpost as you progress, like as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And now you also compare yourself to people that are different too. Like I used to compare myself to very small, you know, TikTokers who were similar to my like status, or artists that were similar to my streams. And now it's like, okay, I want to compete with the best now. Like who am I? What is like the newest person who signed with Republic doing, or what are they looking after? What are they into? Trying to chase those kind of goals now. But as far as like follower goals, hitting 10K was probably the best I felt out of everything. Yeah. Like getting 10K was such like a milestone for me. And I don't think anything after that felt the same.
Was that on IG?
It was on, IG too, but yeah, on TikTok, the first time I hit 10K.
Say, you got a lot more than I know.
I think 10K, by the time I got to like 50K, I went from 50 to 60K in a day. Yeah. So it just kind of grew too exponentially for me to sit down and be like, I'm enjoying this moment. Because when you have like a viral moment, your brain isn't thinking like, oh, it's time to fucking chill. Let's relax. It's like, no, you got to take advantage of this. Mm-hmm. You know, like you have a spotlight on you right now, as small of a window as it might be. Yeah. Capitalize. Take advantage. Do whatever you can. Mm-hmm. And if anyone gets their 15 minutes, you know, just do the most with it, because you can take yourself from nothing into like a full blown career.
I do also think that sometimes doing too much can hurt you though, because I've seen people get even. I don't know if I want to go into it, but like I've seen people get like a viral video on TikTok or something. Yep. And I won't say what they do if they're an artist or they do something else. But
he's really dancing around this one.
So, but they get this viral video, and the next thing you know, they're posting 25 TikToks a day, and they're just the most dumbest videos. Yeah. And it's like you're a talented person. Mm. Why aren't you using your talent to take advantage of this virality?
It's definitely a balance between like quality and quantity. Like you have to find that perfect balance, because TikTok is a platform where you can say post 3 times a day. Right. And the one that you think isn't the highest quality might be the one that blows up. Like you got to give it the opportunity to do that, because the algorithm is cruel. Yeah. And it'll see the video that you've shot on a DSLR and spent hours editing, and it'll see the one that you filmed on your fucking iPhone, and it's like, yeah, we'll do the iPhone one. We're gonna blow that one up, and make you hate yourself. But there's definitely, you can definitely oversaturate. I
wonder if they do that because of like storage, like size.
Possibly.
I don't conspiracy. Know. Like I never thought about.
All right.
That. Like
the TikTok gods, they don't like the server room full of storage.
I don't know. Yeah. It's possible. Like we don't want to push this on our server because it's 60 gigs. Like. Whereas this video is 5 megabytes. Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
True.
It's like,
I mean, do you think, does it compress down to the same size? It probably does get around to the same size.
Because now you can upload like 4-minute videos, 4 to 8 minute videos.
I just got a notification yesterday. I can upload like 20-minute videos.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like 20 minutes that's insane.
Like I could put an episode or something on there. Like legit, I could put this on there. You know, like for real, legitimately. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. But I think people are definitely oversaturate it, and it's just. You know, you gotta also understand the way TikTok works. I mean, I'm not a fucking developer or anything, but the way TikTok works is they're showing your content first to the people that follow you. Yeah. So they are the ones that decide whether it hits the next tier, right? So if a certain percentage of them comment, like, share everything within that level of just the people that follow you, it's gonna kick it up to, okay, you're on the For You page bottom tier, which is like 10,000 people. Okay. If enough people of those interact with it, it gets kicked up again and then again, and then eventually you're on the straight up For You page in front of millions. And those numbers go up like crazy, like in your notifications. Like I don't know if you've had a viral clip or anything like that, but I know you have. But you understand what it's like. Yeah. Like it goes from like, oh, I'm checking my phone, I maybe got like 2 likes in the past minute to like, oh, 10 seconds ago 1,000 people liked my post. Like
it's crazy.
Constant refresh.
I say it all the time, but I don't even have enough followers on TikTok to go live.
Bro, get there. Get there. That, bro. Hey, all my live people, I love you.
But that's the thing. Like I've seen people take forever to get to 1,000 followers to be able to go live. But then as soon as they start going live, their account just takes off.
Yeah, the grind to get from from to 1,000 was tough. I don't think anybody knows this, but my first content I posted on TikTok was me drawing. It wasn't even music.
What were you drawing?
I was doing I was drawing like pictures of like pop culture shit.
Okay.
I was doing like pointillism of like Lil Uzi Vert, like
Nice.
just shit that I don't even do. I don't even know why I was doing it.
Yeah.
But it got like 20,000 like views the one video,
Okay.
and I was like, I'm famous, bro. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like this is it, man. I'm a drawer now. You know, shit.
Changing my whole career.
Music. Yeah, we're drawing shit now. But I was like, no, I don't want to fucking do that. And then from 1,000 followers to like about maybe 1,400, I was doing like producer content, which all I had following me was just guy producers.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not my demographic, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because now when I want to post like songs about love and shit, these producers are like, bro, where's the EQ tutorial? Like, what the fuck? You know, what is this?
I went through that with photography, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I was never the photographer that was all about like the technical side of photography
Yeah.
and like just talking about photography. That wasn't my thing. I'm a great photographer and I'm good at it.
I need to see some of your work after this.
But like,
I mean,
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
You actually just followed me last week, I think.
Did I?
Yeah.
Let's go.
And
go.
but like I don't talk about it. Like I don't know, that's just not how I live my life.
Yeah.
But like there are photographers who just all they do is like post tutorials, they post their equipment.
Bro, the photography
and it's
niche
like-
on TikTok bangs so hard, bro. So hard.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is just legitimately there's this like theory, it's called 3%. Like find something that's working, change it by 3%. You know? We all kind of piggyback off shoulders of shit that works already.
Yeah, for sure.
So you just go look at other photographers that are crushing it on the scene. Just add your shit, do
Yeah.
it their same format, bro. If they start the video with like 10 things you're doing wrong with and whatever the fuck. You know, just copy it,
Yeah.
do it until it works. It will. It's going to blow up. Promise you. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of time. That's one thing I like about TikTok. There is no way it's not going to hit at some point. You're
Yeah.
going to get a viral moment because
See-
the algorithm wants to give you that little bit of fucking, you know, come here, come hang out. You know,
Yeah.
here's a little fucking 50K, baby.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, I'm not even like, I really don't try on TikTok. Like I'll just post like a video of me and my daughter or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, I think I've posted a few where it's like been, oh, this is what I've been working on last
Yeah.
couple months. Like it'll just be like pictures, like a gallery or something.
What are you
like
doing in
that.
your free time mainly? Go ahead.
I'm with my daughter.
Okay, that's fair. I can't say shit about that.
That I bartend.
Okay.
I'm part-time as well. And then that's really all
Just
I do, bro.
Find,
is just
find,
be
one,
a dad.
find a single hour a day
Yeah.
and just make a TikTok every day, 1 hour. Because I guarantee you have the content already to do it.
I do.
You have all the photos.
And this is me,
You know, you got
not listening
we're
to
in a
my own
beautiful
advice.
studio right now. Yeah, but we all do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I can give phenomenal advice to people and not take it myself. Like it's just humanity. We're all very guilty of doing that.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes it just takes a little push, and then also doing it helps with everything. Because once you do it, you now get these things like these little achievements with yourself. You get people that are like, oh, I fucking love this photography. Oh, can I
Yeah.
book with you? Oh, you know, where are you at? You in Philly? Oh, you tagged Philly in this viral video. Okay, now you're booked out with photography for the next 2 months. Now you have too much of a clientele to even
Yeah.
handle. Now you're expanding. Like whatever business you're in, if you know how to navigate TikTok and you're confident on there, you'll crush it. You will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So I gotta
Listen,
start doing
next
that.
time I come on here, all right? Listen, next time I'm on here, he's gonna have a thriving TikTok for photography. I promise you. I'm not even joking.
All right.
I'm gonna be on your ass about it too.
Bet.
I'll help you out with it. I
That's
got
a
you
bet.
covered, man.
All right, we'll do that.
Do you
I
do
need
like
to-
video stuff too, or just photography?
Nah, I've done, No Juice Q.
Yeah, I know No Juice Q. Yeah.
So I've only done one music video, like officially, and it was for a remix that he did for
Okay.
"Wait for You" by Drake and Future.
Okay. Yeah.
He
yeah,
did,
Yeah.
and it was called "Turning Myself In."
Yep.
So I shot that for him.
Hell yeah.
And honestly, that's a funny story because I shot a wedding for 13 hours, and Q texted me. He's like, "Yo, I'm at the studio. You have to
Man.
come. You have to come to the studio and check this out." And I was like, "Bro, I just shot a wedding for 12, 13 hours. Like, I'm dead. But
Yeah.
bet I'm gonna come there and I'll listen to it." So I head to the studio in Allentown, and I listened to the song one time. And I put my camera bag on the ground. I start getting everything out of my bag. I'm
Yeah.
like, we're going to shoot this right now.
That's crazy.
And Joel,
That's actually
our
crazy.
sound engineer,
Yep.
he was at the studio with his boy, and he had a truck. And the dude was like, yeah, you could use my truck for the video. So we just put the truck in the garage
wow.
at the studio, turned the lights on, did like performance, kind of like a one take. in front of the truck, and then we used like BTS that we've done for the past like 2
There you go, man.
years, and that
See?
shit was dope. I love that video.
You prefer photography over videography?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Honestly, though, I'm not gonna lie. Most of it was because for 5-6 years, me and Matt were doing everything together.
Yeah.
And I was doing photo, he was doing video. I never needed to do video.
Sure. Yeah.
So it was like we got the 1-2,
Yeah.
and we were a great team. So it was like, bet I don't need to do that. He doesn't need to do photo.
I have been to Best Buy, bought and returned a camera 4 times because I'll buy a nice camera.
Mm-hmm.
I will film TikToks with it. They'll do horrible. I'll film something on my iPhone. It'll do way better. And then I go immediately back to Best Buy. And I have done this pattern, I swear to God, 4 times. Like, I'm not even joking.
That's crazy.
Because every time I convince myself, like, fuck it, this time it's going to work. Like, we'll do DSLR. Like, we'll get, what did I get last time? I don't fucking know cameras like that. But I got something nice. I was on TikTok. Search it. Bro, TikTok is a search engine. All right? It really is. It really is. I use it as a search engine all the time. All the time.
That's crazy.
Just search like, what's the best starting videography camera, whatever. You're going to get 1,000 results of people testing it out, showing it to you. It's in this bite-sized content.
Wow.
How to make a flame mignon. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Bro, I love TikTok. I should be an ambassador.
No,
yeah. Give me my fucking check,
bro,
TikTok.
TikTok,
all right, my
you
blue
be learning
check.
a lot of stuff on TikTok. Like, so traveling, right?
Yeah.
You travel?
I do.
Do you ever use a neck pillow?
I do, yeah.
Which way does it go?
I don't, bro. I have never discussed this. I don't know how the fuck to use a neck pillow. I'm not even joking.
My whole
bro.
life, I thought a neck pillow goes around your neck like this,
Yeah.
and you just No, apparently, I learned this on TikTok. You know what? They have the straps, like,
Yeah.
and the button.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to put that in the back, and you're supposed to put the neck pillow here, so you can just rest your head like this. And then this just like ties to your neck, so it keeps it there. I'm like, bro, how have I never known that?
It's one of those things where I've been too scared to ask forever, and I've just been faking it, bro. I've been so uncomfortable on a plane, like pretending I know what I'm doing, and just uncomfortable. And I just take the neck pillow off, but I just have it to be like, oh yeah, I have a neck pillow. I'm fucking up your set.
No, next time you fly, you see someone with a neck pillow, and you're gonna be, no, you're doing.
Where'd you learn that? TikTok?
TikTok. Yeah.
What am I saying, bro? Come on. What am I fucking talking about? TikTok has taught me way too much, man.
What is something else that you've learned from TikTok?
Bro, I'm obsessed. Listen, I'm going to nerd out for a second. I'm obsessed with quantum physics.
Quantum physics?
Yes, this is something you don't know about me. But I'm obsessed with like science, space, quantum physics, like what's out there. When the James Webb telescope got launched, I was every day, bro, obsessed, waiting for what's going on. But quantum entanglement is like one of my favorite things like ever.
Okay.
And that's when you have these two like subatomic, bro, I'm going to nerd out so hard right now.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Talk your shit,
You
bro.
have these two subatomic particles that are connected. Right now, I'm not going to go through the whole process, but it's like a laser or whatever. No matter how far you separate them, when you move one, the other one moves at the same time, identically.
Okay.
At the same exact time, and theoretically, you could put them infinitely far apart, and somehow, the one part of the entangled particle knows that the other one is moving, and they move at the same time with no delay, 0 delay.
Doesn't matter how far away they part.
It's like they have some kind of connection that we don't understand, like we can't comprehend. But if we can use that and understand how it happens, we can use it in technology. Someone could be on Mars and we could talk to them immediately. You know what I mean? We could send text messages right away.
Wild.
Like the real life applications of it are fucking insane. But I'm done nerding out. But that's one of the things I dive into on TikTok for way too long. You know? There's
another thing on TikTok. Do you have any like conspiracy theories that you actually believe in?
Bro, it's just what I get on TikTok conspiracy wise is fucking like Egypt, man. Like the pyramids. All the time. And bro, don't even get me into it. Everyone's got their own theories and shit. It's just madness. It's fucking madness.
It is. Do you see those like newer pictures where they show like the cone of the pyramid? And then they show below the sand.
Yeah.
This huge column.
Yeah.
And it's like, never thought about that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I could go into a whole podcast about my opinions on that shit, but it's fucking mad, bro. But yes, I definitely get some. My For You page recently has been like, what has it even been? It's been like food.
Because I get a lot of food.
It's the second I start working out and being healthy. You know, I'm trying to get fit for you motherfuckers. Okay, I'm trying to look good. The second I start getting fit, they're like, oh, check out this fucking this fucking
bacon
this Korean street food that's gonna make your mouth water and make you fucking go back on your diet. It's horrible, man.
Yeah,
they fucking know things about us. I swear
they do.
Yeah,
everything we do, they know.
I'm cool with it, man. Listen, they can. I got shit to hide. Go ahead. Go crazy.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah. What topics you want to touch on, my guy? We jumped around there a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna apply some chapstick in a nonsense way.
You're good. Take a second.
You guys cut this up at all?
Yeah, we will.
Hell yeah, man.
So, well, the AI will do it.
Bro, don't even get me started on AI. Like the implications of like ChatGPT and have you taken advantage of ChatGPT yet?
I mean, I've asked the question.
I have been fucking around with it for songwriting. It's horrible. It doesn't know what it's doing, but it's almost there to a point where like if I'm having issues with like, say I have a 5-syllable phrase that I'm struggling with a rhyme for it next, it'll give me like 50 options. And I'm like, bro, I'll use these. Like, no one's gonna fucking know.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't done it yet, by the way. All right, all my songs are written by me. But ChatGPT might write a future Josh Nichols song. We'll see.
You never know. If they
fucking
get
down
more
for it.
creative.
Yeah.
I feel like they're pretty.
Have you tried the ChatGPT 4, like the updated one?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's sick. I mean, I haven't really like dabbled into it too much. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
being productive on it, no.
Okay.
I've just asked dumb stuff.
It will separate society, I feel like.
Yeah.
You're going to see people that know how to use AI to an extreme level, and then people who don't, and the people that do are going to be like just on top of shit.
I saw
like
this
crazy.
guy on Twitter, and he was like, everyone thinks that AI is going to replace human beings and their jobs, but really they're going to replace people that don't know how to use AI correctly.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I think that's
I agree with that. I was showing Matt before this, but okay. I'm a little fourth wall break here. A lot of my TikToks that I posted recently, the backgrounds are fake. They're not real. I've been using Photoshop generative AI to put fake backgrounds and shit. Because I'll be in a parking garage in like Bumblefuck, bro. There's nothing attractive there. And then I go into a Photoshop generative AI, do a little mask or whatever, and I'm like, okay, make it a beautiful skyscraper city, and it just looks flawless. It looks great. Yeah. So I'm like, why would I not use that? You know what I mean? Like, even if this wasn't an actual, this whole podcast set is AI, by the way. This isn't real. This is all generative AI.
Nothing you see is real.
Nothing you see is real. I'm not even here. No, but for real, like, you could just add like a plaque there. You could add like, you know, whatever in post, and it's just.
You could add like a diamond.
Yes.
Diamond plaque.
You could put like 10 guitars here. You know what I mean? You can give him a different color hat. I mean, that's easy. That's just color grading. But
I got all the colored hats.
you know what I mean? It's so fascinating what you can do, bro. And I feel like no one's really using it like that yet, at least on TikTok that I've seen, unless they are.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it yet. So I'm trying to find, like I said earlier, I'm trying to find a way out of the box, like a new lane that I can do.
Yeah.
That's just like, okay, if every video I post is like a wild background, eventually they're going to be like, what the fuck? Like he filmed this in the fucking jungle, bro. Like, is this even possible? You know, whatever gets people commenting and talking, I try to go for shit like that.
Engage, man. You gotta
Engagement's
get them to
everything,
engage.
man. Absolutely.
Sure. Well, it's June, and June is Mental Health Awareness Month, as well as Pride Month.
Yep.
But we talk about music, and we also like to touch on mental health a little bit. So
okay.
I wanted to ask you where you're at with your mental today. Are you happy?
Yeah, currently I am.
Yeah,
definitely. I think I struggled with happiness for a long time. I have a slew of mental health issues that I've had for a long time. I don't know if you guys know. I think I've talked about it a little bit on my lives occasionally, but I used to be an addict for a while. So I've been recovering for like 4 years now, but I was in rehab for 2 years. Okay. But when you use certain drugs like that, your brain stops making like serotonin and dopamine. It just stops making it. Yeah. So you go to a point where I have these like lulls. I don't even know why I'm sad. It's just like, it just hits you. And obviously social media gets the happy, let's fucking go version. But most of the time, I'd say 80-90% of the time, it's like stress, anxiety. Like, I don't know why I woke up feeling like shit today, but I do. I used to take medication for it. I didn't like it too much. But I think one of the biggest helps for me is just like, obviously the music that I do is like a release. It started as that. I think it's so authentic for me because it started as a way for me to get out these feelings, and it turned into a career. So that's like the most beautiful thing you can have if you have an opportunity to do something you love and also make it your passionate career. And then also I have people message me every day like, scared, help me through this, or I was gonna kill myself, and I heard Falling for You, or I lost a loved one. Like, Falling for You is about someone I was with who passed away, and a lot of people related to that song because they had someone they loved who passed away too. So I got a lot of like just insane messages, bro, that were just so sweet and just so uplifting, and those like keep you going like
for sure.
The hardest days you have, you read some of those and it's like, damn, bro. So y'all who send those, I appreciate y'all for real, because it definitely keeps me going.
Definitely.
Because it's not always easy, man. Like, it's not sunshine and rainbows, and the algorithm will beat your ass too. You'll have the highest highs, and then you'll hit lows, and you're like, is it something I'm doing? Is it a mistake that I made? Is my content not good? Do I suck? Like, is my music horrible? Like, stupid shit. Yeah. It's not even really you thinking that. It's just like you're letting these outside sources kind of fuck with you a bit. But yes,
Yeah.
to answer your question, I'm very happy today.
Well, that's
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
glad to hear that. And
Yeah.
4 years, that's big. So.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Congratulations, yeah.
It was a journey. I again, like anyone who's been in rehab, you understand. Like the first time I went twice. First time I went, didn't stick.
Mhm.
Didn't stick. And I had a lot of friends. A friend of mine just passed away who I used to use with because he, I guess, never really stopped. But just it got to a point where I was ruining every relationship I had. Every like family member that was close to me was being pushed away. Like my money was going down the drain. Like everything, it just started to fall apart really quickly. And I was like, I have to change this.
Mhm.
I have to make a change and replace it with something
You think
better.
music did that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time, like, it's such an easy like cop out to be feeling like shit one day, take a substance, and you're now having the best day ever. And it's so easy. It takes no work, and it's right there all the time. Like whenever you want. Like I was using in college and shit. You know what I mean? I remember like one of the shittiest days I ever had. I was like on the way to school, woke up late, felt like shit. Like my shower was cold because I lived in like a very like shitty area. And it was like one of the worst days I ever had, and I like used on the way to college, and I was like, oh, bro, amazing. Walked into class feeling euphoric. But if you know how to replace that with actually like addressing the issues in your own life that you're not happy with, like, okay, I'm not happy with what I'm doing. I'm not happy with, like the relationship I'm in or the people I'm surrounding myself with or whatever it is, and just take leaps to improve those sections of your life. It does help. It's not everything. You need a support system too. Like
that's big.
Yeah, having a support system around you is everything because they're gonna keep you uplifted when you're struggling like the most.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
doesn't matter how much you personally think you want to get better. If you don't have anybody else around you that is pushing you to get better as well,
yeah,
it's either not going to happen.
Man. It's
or
tough being
so
on your own.
tough.
It's really tough being on your own because you in your own head. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, but sometimes like that internal dialogue is so horrible. And like part of the Breathe video, the reason I wanted it to be like that was because of that exact reason. Like that was a perfect depiction of like what my internal monologue has been for so long.
Yeah.
It's like so horrific. It's always like chasing me down. It feels so like anxiety inducing and crushing and scary. And you just have to face it like at the end of the day. And like, and in that video, facing it killed me. But that's not the outcome. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be the outcome. You can face that, address it, and build upon it. But again, support system is everything, bro. Like literally everything. Because I wouldn't be able to do it alone.
No.
And you know what's crazy? Like my sponsor I had for so long died.
Damn.
Yeah. So I lost that person too, and it was like that was really a crushing point for me, where I was like, damn, that's when I relapsed the second time.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. It was very tough. But yeah, man, I can say now, being on both sides of it, like this is just a way better life.
Yeah.
Way better.
For sure.
I can hold relationships. I can, be proud of like things I accomplish. You know what I mean? If I'm having a bad day, I can be self-aware about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be like, all right, today's just a shit day.
Right.
I'm not going to pressure myself too much today. I don't care. I woke up feeling like shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat myself up over it. We're going to try again tomorrow, whatever it is.
Right.
But just don't be too hard on yourself, because some people are just really let themselves spiral like out of control.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of the abuse like starts to happen again.
A lot of people's most like, I would say their biggest enemy is themselves.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I'd say 99% of people's worst enemies themselves. They might not realize it, but you're the one stopping yourself from success most of the time. You're the one stopping yourself from taking a leap, doing something you might seem is like scary or out of your comfort zone, or something that you just think you don't deserve.
Yeah.
Like that's a really toxic one.
I think that's a big one.
Yeah, and I've been through that before too. Like even a lot of the shit I deal with now, it's like I fully, like when Scared blew up, I was like, man, I feel like I don't deserve this. Like there's way more talented artists and shit like that. I see so many talented artists on TikTok every day who don't know how to work the algorithm, and they're amazing. Like they're so like musically talented. They're very, very good, but they're not getting the recognition they deserve. And I'm like, I shouldn't feel guilt about that. Like I recognize that, but it is one of those things where it's like, damn, bro, is this like imposter syndrome? Should I even be in the position I'm in right now?
Yep.
So that's something, I think every creative deals with to some extent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I heard this the other day, and it was what was it? I had it and then I lost it. I hate when that happens.
Find it from deep within, man.
Fuck. It's super simple, honestly. It's just we deserve what we say we deserve. And you ever have someone be like, oh,
sure,
you don't deserve me, like blah 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 blah,
Yes.
or I don't deserve
Yes,
to
I
be
have.
in this situation right now. Yes, yes. If you say you deserve to be there, you say you deserve to be with this person, then you deserve that.
I think we just look at the world in whole. Like who's to say, someone deserves $1 billion versus someone not deserving $1 billion? It's not about that. I think everyone deserves whatever they think they deserve. Exactly. So it's a great way to put it. Some people are definitely get blessed a lot more and are a lot more fortunate, but I've been around very rich people. I've been around really poor people and people in shit situations. And most of the time I'd rather hang out with the people in the shit situations because they're building up these character traits of like, great personalities and perseverance and patience and like working through so much bullshit. Yeah. And they're so motivated. Like whenever I work with people in music, I like to work with people that are hungry for it, man. Because some people that are already complacent, like they're not going to try as hard. So when you have a team working towards something like a music video or like my director for Scared, her name is Christina. I was one of her first videos she did. She's a female director, amazing, absolutely amazing, but it's a super like male dominated field. Right. And she has a passion for it. She has something to prove. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Cause I got something to prove too. Yeah. So let's do this together. And she was so in, bro. Like I've never worked with someone that in before. Love that, yeah. Like made these like magazines that I signed and gave out to fans and shit. Just went above and beyond to make it work with like everything. Didn't say no to anything, like made it an amazing experience. So shout out Christina, great person. But definitely, when you work with people that are hungry for something, it's a much better result because there's a lot of people that they're so stagnant where they are. They make enough money, they're successful enough already. It's like why they're just kind of doing the bare minimum and
they got 1 foot in, 1 foot
exactly
out.
Yeah, bare minimum, that's really it. It's like that's not really what you want when you're trying to build something like a legacy or something that's going to be there long after you're dead. Yeah, that's one of my biggest things that I care about every time I release something. Yeah, facts.
I mean, I feel the same way about what we're doing right here. I mean, there's not a lot of us, as you can see. Yeah, but
there's 1,000 people off camera right here that are all watching us.
But we're hungry to do this, and it makes us happy, and that also brings me to like our tagline is what makes you happy keeps you young, and I think with what you're doing,
I fucking love that,
and your music and where you came from and what you had to go through. I would say right now that's where you're at.
Yeah, man. Young and happy. I like that you brought up mental health, man. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. That's cool. How's your mental health? You doing all right?
I'm good. Yeah.
I can't have you ask me and I don't ask you. You know what I mean?
That. Yeah. No, for real. But no, I think right now I'm just at peace.
Sure.
With where I'm at. I'm just,
dude, blessing.
Yeah.
Absolute blessing.
I've gone through depression, anxiety, like all that stuff. Pretty much like my whole life. But right now, I wouldn't say I'm like happy, you know what I mean?
That's fine.
But like I'm just
there's no expectation of you to be jumping for joy, but I think peace is one of the hardest things to achieve. Yeah. And that's where I'm at. It's rare that I find myself like, damn, I'm really at peace right now. Yeah. Because there's so much like when you're an artist, you're in the industry, there's just so much going on. Like my phone has rang like 3 times while I've been sitting here, you know what I mean? And there's just all these like, oh, you got to do this, like how is this stats on this? And you're always thinking, comparing. It's so rare that you sit back and you're like, damn, like I have peace for a second. For me, that happens after I do like tonight. I'm gonna have some peace because like, all right, I had a productive ass day. I shot a little video earlier. I came in here to the podcast. I'm gonna hang out with y'all afterwards. I'm gonna watch you sing a song.
Matt's gonna do a live session.
I'm gonna watch him sing a song. But no, and then afterwards I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna fucking relax, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I find peace when I feel like, and this sucks, but I find peace when I feel like I deserve it. When I deserve, I've worked enough, and then I relax. Yeah. But like after music videos, after shows is when I'm most relaxed because I'm like, all right, I did the work today. Yeah. And now I can calm down and I can, go home. You
deserve it.
Yeah, I deserve it. Yeah, I can go home, sit on my couch, and just fucking do nothing. Watch some Netflix or some shit.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm so dissociated from life sometimes that like I could be in the mix, like completely at peace. People will be like, "You good, bro?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm chilling."
Just
like
vibing.
It doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm just gonna be chilling. I'm gonna be in my own world.
I envy that. That's a good trait, man. I'm telling you, being at peace is a great thing.
It took a long time to get here, but yeah.
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
I have one.
You have one? Just a daughter?
Yep, just a daughter.
What age?
She's almost 2. In August, she'll be 2.
Oh man,
yeah,
you're in for it. Yeah. I don't have kids, by the way. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I've heard things about 2-year-olds. Yeah. What's her name?
She's great. Ray.
Oh, he has a tattoo for it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Dad of the Year award over here. Man. Yeah. That's cute, man. Yeah. That's cute. Love that.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, this last segment, we're going to do a shameless plug. So I'm going to have you talk to your camera right over here.
Okay. All right.
And I'm just going to have you say like what you have going on right now, what you have coming up, what your name is, all your socials, everything, whatever you want to tell the people.
Sure. My name is Josh Nichols. My Instagram is Josh Nichols Official. My TikTok is The Real Josh Nichols, not the fake one, like that Josh Peck fuck. Right? And we're hanging out here, man. I got a West Side coming out soon. I just released a song called Falling For You that's out on all platforms right now. Go stream that. If you haven't seen Scared or any of my music videos, please. I put so much work into those. Please watch them. I think you'll like them, though. You'll enjoy it. And then West Side will be coming out in the next few days. And I will be filming a video for that in either Los Angeles or Miami. We'll see. But that'll be a video, too.
Nice.
So, very excited for that. But yeah.
What's up? All right.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro. I appreciate you taking the time to be here
bro.
with us
Hell yeah,
today.
this has been
It
so
was
much
nice
fun.
to get to know you.
I
didn't
I
really
fucking
know
loved
you.
it, man. Yeah, I didn't know you much either, but this has been
Yeah.
fun, bro. It's been a
Hell
lot of
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
You got a little outro?
Can't wait to see. Sometimes.
What's it's the Young and Happy podcast.
Yeah, it's the
Hey,
Young
man.
and Happy podcast.
It's been Young and Happy podcast. This has been Josh. This has been a lot of fucking fun. Thanks for watching.
Deuces.
Deuces, man.
What were you trying to say at the end, Matt?